Hey everyone, I'm Viva, and today I did a reaction video for you guys that you're gonna see here on a course called Natural Plan. This is a course that was done by Dr. Lauren Rubal, who is an endocrinologist and OBGYN out of California. And even as someone who has been practicing natural family planning for almost 8 years, even I learned something new today. It's about coming off the birth control pill, which if you're here, you probably have some experience with that. I think that's why you're here, is to kind of get empowered again on taking control of your body and your symptoms. And it is so wild that we know all these crazy things about birth control, but the fact that it gets down to a cellular level is huge. That was like mind-blowing to me. So let's watch this video together and hopefully you guys have some similar reactions. All right, so let's go ahead and get to it.
Hello, I'm Dr. Lauren Rubal, MD. I'm an OBGYN with a specialization in fertility. We women are all unique, and so coming off of hormonal contraceptions will be different for each of us. Some of us will have a quick return to ovulatory and regular cycles, but others won't. It'll depend on certain factors, for example, like how long you've been taking pills, and whether your cycles were ovulatory before you started pills. So it's important to be tracking your fertility in order to understand how quickly you're able to return to ovulatory cycles.
Okay, so one thing for me personally was I was on some form of birth control in high school to help manage my period symptoms. And like she's saying, everybody's different, but literally as soon as I got off, all my symptoms were the same as like I was 15 again. It was crazy.
We know that hormonal contraceptives can decrease many of our vitamin levels, which manifest as significant symptoms, including fatigue, depression, and other factors that can interfere with the way that our cells and protein building blocks of those cells are being made.
Okay, that's new to me information. I knew that coming off birth control and just birth control in general can affect us obviously mentally, emotionally because of the hormone kind of manipulation, but I didn't realize it was also because of vitamin deficiencies and that birth control plays a role in that.
And so this could be, for example, symptoms such as continued sadness after you're done and going off the pill, or bothersome acne that starts and becomes worse and worse as you notice being off the pill. And so this also includes for many women who are placed on the pill because they have pain with periods or heavy bleeding, that they'll notice that this resumes because at the end of the day, hormonal contraception is a Band-Aid. It doesn't address the root cause of why they're having this painful or heavy cycle. It simply flatlines all their hormones to mask any issues that might still be occurring.
Okay, I liked her use of the word flatlining because for my brain, that makes a bit more sense to me, that like while I was on birth control, my hormones were just like this, and then afterwards they're going back to doing what they want to do. And so for me, my symptoms, like she said, went back almost immediately to just the really heavy bleeding during my periods that felt like more than 7 days sometimes. A lot of pre-bleeding before my period even came. That was a sign for me that I had some progesterone issues that, you know, at 15, I didn't know that that's what it was. And of course, my doctor didn't tell me. And so we just used birth control to, I guess, flatline those issues. I like that she talks about that, yes, there's these other more natural remedies to things like PCOS or endometriosis, but that there are also other pharmaceuticals, you know, depending on how you're working with your doctor, that can also help aid you in healing, that aren't just putting this blanket over a fire, right? Like the hormonal birth control does, and that the other kinds of pharmaceuticals are to help in that natural healing. And for me, I like knowing that that's even an option because I kind of thought it was just, oh, you're either on hormonal birth control or you have to do all this natural stuff and it might or might not work for you, but that there is some still medical things that can be done to help aid in that healing process.
Beautiful way to use fertility awareness-based methods or the PeakDay app is to really be able to track and see the resumption of the normal cyclicity of our cycles. And so seeing this is very reassuring.
Okay, I want to stop that there too, because she said that normal cyclicity of your cycles again. And a couple minutes prior, she was talking about how artificial hormones, they knock us off of that normal rhythm and cyclicity of our cycle. And I hadn't really thought about it that way before. Obviously, being myself a tracker, I know that there's a rhythm and a cycle to my own personal cycle. I'm like picturing like when a little hormonal birth control pill comes in, it literally kicks that out of the way and creates its own new normal, which is never going to be in homeostasis with our body. Yeah, I would highly encourage you guys to watch that, especially just if you are currently on birth control, or if you are recently coming off of it, or deciding, do I get on birth control or not? I think we all have some experience with birth control in one way or another, even if it's just someone else's experience that we have knowledge of, right? And I would really encourage you guys to watch that video in full for yourselves, so that we have just a really good understanding of what it can be like to come off of it, and all those symptoms that maybe have been masked for so long. And that way too, we can be a little bit more proactive in how to mitigate those symptoms and seek real healing. I remember when I was first learning about NFP so many years ago, and I know it can be overwhelming for you. But if you liked this video by Dr. Lauren Rubal, I know you're gonna love the rest of them. So I really encourage you to take that overwhelm out and go ahead and try this course natural plan, because what it's gonna do is it's going to lay the foundation for you on what natural family planning is. It's going to answer every question you have about birth control versus the natural fertility awareness-based methods. It's also going to take you through what those methods are, what they look like, so that you can make an informed decision on what's best for you. And with that too, PeakDay is a great sidekick to the Natural Plan course. Why? Because it's everything all in one. PeakDay is the app that's not just going to put your period on a big monthly calendar. PeakDay is also going to help you chart all of your signs and symptoms. So what are you waiting for? You can try both of them now in the description below. And if you found this video helpful or informational at all, go ahead and like and subscribe for more videos like this. And I hope that this helps you live your peak life.